conflict and a turning point in the war.
It is a new war in Vietnam. The enemy now has the initiative.
America is about to respond to the Tet Offensive with a massive counterattack. The military asks for another 200,000 soldiers.
I do solemnly swear.
Since the new year, the war in Vietnam has changed.
Young men from wealthy white families are often able to avoid the draft. It's now disproportionately African Americans who are being asked to fight this war. And this at a time when the civil rights movement is in full swing.
Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
The real enemies of my people are right here, not in Vietnam.
America is fighting two kinds of war in Vietnam. A war against communist North Vietnam with a professional army of over 500,000 trained soldiers. And in the South, they are fighting a guerrilla army, the Viet Cong, a resistance force that hides in amongst the civilian population. The stronghold of this army is the Mekong Delta.
There's an old Oriental proverb that refers to the dragon shape made by the waters that cross the Mekong Delta. The proverb says, "He who controls the mouth of the dragon controls the delta."
And that's where America now turns its attention, sending boats down the river to flush out the Viet Cong. One soldier who knows what it's like in the Delta is Commanding Officer Melvin Pender.
We're the first American troops down there. We were there to keep the VC from bringing weapons and supplies up the Delta. I had 15 guys in my platoon, young men, all white.
Melvin Pender volunteered for the Army. An exceptional athlete, he was immediately identified as a leader.
I told my men, we're gonna be the best. We're gonna be a winner. If you're gonna be with me, I'm gonna be your leader. But I had a problem with one guy, and I asked him, I said, do you look at me different because of the color of my skin? And he didn't answer that question. He just said, I was brought up this way. I said, but you have to understand that out here, we want people. I'm out here to keep you alive. We are here to keep each other alive, to get back home. After having that long talk with him, they all looked up to me. They respected me.
Their boats are armed with a heavy machine gun and a flamethrower. But their job is far from easy. The enemy could be anywhere and attack at any time.
I remember we were coming up the river.
Now some people running along the canal. They have on black uniforms. These Ziags running along the canal also.
We lost a lot of guys. One of my friends was killed. It still lays on your heart. It never leaves you.
The swift boat crews are supported by helicopter gunships. They have the job of flying into the villages to flush out the Viet Cong. But knowing who is the enemy and who is not isn't as easy as it seems.
One day, I was in a rice paddy, and I looked up. And was stood there, and wow, it's just like UFO, that's what I will call now. We call them Mai Bai Chung Chung. That is a dragonfly. And American step out from each doors. They tall, big. American came and they searching for whatever they're looking for, and they cannot find it. They turn around and destroy the whole village. A man in a village, I call him uncle. American asking him, "Are you VC? Or where is the VC?" He doesn't understand the language until he ran, and they killed him. I thought, what are we supposed to do but fight back?
These individuals just found these 3 VC plus 4 more down in a stream located approximately 2,000 meters to our right front.
But this is not just a conflict between the United States and communist guerrilla forces. Fighting alongside the Americans is the South Vietnamese military.
With the help of American units, these regional and popular forces are becoming more aggressive and more confident.
This is a civil war, and it's getting increasingly messy. When a Viet Cong fighter is captured in Saigon, the South Vietnamese army executes him on the street, creating an image that will define this war.
That was my uncle who showed me that photo. He brought home a copy of the Time magazine, and he pointed to me. He said, "That's the guy that killed your family." I don't know for sure, but I do know those insurgents that killed my family, they took away from me everything.
Nine-year-old Juan Nguyen and his family live on a military base near Saigon. One morning in January 1968, they're awoken by a Viet Cong attack.
My dad was an officer in the South Vietnamese army fighting the communist north. Early in the morning, I saw them coming into the base. My father told everyone to get into this bunker that he had built. And then the next thing I knew, we were all shred to pieces. I saw my dad laying outside dead. I saw my mom was bleeding profusely. And she asked, "Is everybody okay?" And I don't know why I said it. I said, everyone is fine. And then she bleed out to death. My entire family died. I'm the sole survivor. It stays with me forever. It's something that it just unreal. It's not from this world.
The Viet Cong soldier who was executed is thought to be one of the men that killed Huan Nguyen's family.
When I look at this photograph, it shows everything wrong about this war. It's a powerful reminder about how a war could be so devastating. That particular year, 1968, thousands were killed. For what? This is not the way that humans should live.
Meanwhile, U.S. Marine Malik Edwards is on patrol in the jungles of central Vietnam.
I was always the point man, basically leading the patrol. And then because I was the point, 99.9% of the time I was in Vietnam, I was the first one to get shot at. All the points. I mean, rarely did you see a white point.
Okay, can you move out?
And for Malik, the mental scars of battle are beginning to take their toll.
One day, I was leading the patrol, and then it happened. Closest he got I could see was a guy, and he's running right up on me, so I just start shooting him. Now I'm freaking out because I just killed a human being. But everybody's like, kill it, oh yeah, you got one, bro, yeah. People come giving me five, shaking my hand, giving me dap and all of that. I'm like, whoa.
Hey, fuck. I mean, you gotta, oh shit.
You can't like respond, but I can't wait to get back to my tent, man, so I can just cover my head up. And that changes you in ways that I don't even know how to explain.
With casualties on both sides continuing to rise, back home in America, there is shocking news.
Good evening. Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
His death is
It's a terrible tragedy and sorrow to our nation and to our conscience.
When Martin Luther King is shot dead in April 1968, there is civil unrest in 100 cities across America.
Events have moved swiftly and unexpectedly. So far, at least 19 persons have been killed.
We must save our humanity. We are not only opposed to the war in Vietnam, we are opposed to compulsory conscription. Hell no! Hell no!
It's against this backdrop that a North Vietnamese radio DJ playing the latest music becomes popular with African American soldiers. But it's communist propaganda. They're trying to get inside the minds of U.S. troops.
Hello, this is I, your lady of truth. She asked, why are you here? You should be at home with your honey, eating hamburgers and drinking milkshake.
Hanoi Hannah, it was this woman who sounded really beautiful. I think that was probably part of the attraction, listening to this woman. Because remember, most DJs were men. She was basically a political person trying to convince us to leave Vietnam, especially like African Americans.
GI, your government.
South Vietnam.
The attack on